45 plus 45. I am black. So this should be correct. I'm playing 5 pieces. 45 plus 45. Okay. All right. Guess we post. Let's share the game. I'm not sure, but anyway, let's close the Slack and start. Knight c3 as anticipated. Put it on Z mode actually. There we go. How is this looking for the stream? Move this down here. Okay. e6 is a logical continuation. And if he plays f5, then my knight can go to f6 because it's not going to get hit with e5. Right, it's castles. Therefore, knight e7 is constituted here. Let's double check this. Knight e7, queen e1, castles, queen h4, d5 is something, maybe. Let's go with knight e7, I think. This is very solid. Yeah, queen e1 as anticipated. This is like a beginner attack. I don't know. Interesting, gf5 here. Does he honestly think I didn't study this line? Hmm. I wonder if he sees the sacrifice in S7 and I play queen h8. I don't know. I know all the lines. I know all the lines. I know all the lines. Interesting. Now this one is completely new to me. I honestly did not anticipate G takes here, or E takes here. I anticipated maybe queen h4, pawn takes e5, e4, then knight g5, h6. That's something I anticipated here. Although maybe I've seen this, I've drilled a bunch of these yesterday. So logically, it just makes sense to take with the knight, and just be a pawn up. Dark squares, d5 is coming at some point. Maybe he's gonna try bishop g5. So let's think about this. Knight takes. Bishop g5, maybe just, well, in any case, it doesn't matter. I'll just take. I'm just gonna take. Think about it later. Maybe just bishop f6 is interesting here. Bishop g5, bishop f6. Takes, queen takes. A pawn up. Gonna go king h8. And exchanges favor me. There's no attack. Black's got long-term chances already. So let's evaluate the position. So material is in black's favor. Black's king is slightly weaker. Piece activity is maybe slightly in white's favor. Pawn structure is... I think actually the pawn structure is okay for both sides, objectively speaking. And opponent's plans. He wants to attack. Or try to get some kind of initiative here. Yeah, bishop g5 I thought was the move here. I don't understand though. Like, what's his game plan here? Could play bishop f6. If he's listening to my stream, I'm not sure if that's an advantage or disadvantage. Bishop f6 can be considered here. And my idea could be bishop f6. But then he can go knight to e4 after. And so maybe I shouldn't go for this idea. Is knight e4 so bad? Let's calculate this. And so here's the thing. We're motivated to exchange pieces slightly because we might be attacked, but there's no giant attack. We've removed some of the important pawns. And so let me think. Bishop f6. That was my intuition idea. Takes, 94, queen e7. g4 blocks his queen's infiltration. My knight's keeping his queen out anyway. And bishop f6, maybe he goes bishop f4. Does that matter? I don't think so. d5 is still coming. Maybe. Huh. I'm gonna evaluate the position after bishop f6, 90, takes 94, queen e7. What does my intuition say about this position? Well, d5 is possible because this knight on e7 defends. h4, g4, there is always a knight going to a great square. Queen on c7 makes some sense, but it's... Queen on e7, d5 is still coming. Queen on c7. What's the problem with knight b5? Queen b6 is dangerous. Queen on c7 defends across the 7th rank. g4 is always met by just knight e5. How do I get my bishop into the game is another question. That's not really a huge issue, but I'm probably going to play bishop to d7 and rook a to e8 or something, and then we're just going to have these giant pawns coming forward at some point. Like d5. I don't know, but yeah, in any case, I'm going to get this bishop pair at some point. I could consider bishop to d4 check. Knight takes, queen takes g5, and but then knight takes f5, and that's actually fine for him. Queen c7 keeps pieces on the board. Here's the thing, though. Okay, what's the problem with... Okay, maybe his idea is he wants me to play queen c7, then there's knight to e4. Queen c7, knight e4, d5 might be an issue because knight f6 check, king h8. Then h6 is possible here. h6 bishop goes somewhere, then I can take on f6. It's a trap actually for my idea, for my side. So maybe I can go queen c7 here. Queen c7, there's no issues, is there? g4, just knight e5. No issues there. Okay, should I be concerned with I can even consider rerouting this knight. g4 just knight e7, and I can go queen h4, knight g6, right? And there should be no issues there. King is defended. Very solid position. And there's no real... Okay, so what, I guess another question is, what are my opponent's real threats? Just queen c7, knight e4, d5, knight f6, king h8, threatening h6. Let's go queen c7 here. Queen c7 makes some sense. And I gotta get out of ways with this bishop e6 sacrifice, which can happen. It's only going to happen, though, if this knight was on g5, oddly enough. Yeah, and interesting enough, if he goes knight b5, that's actually kind of bad for him because I have queen b6. And I think that's kind of good for me because I'm threatening d5 and c4 check. So I think this is pretty interesting. I still kind of like white's position, just a little bit. But I think it's actually worse than in the main lines. And also, I think g4 wouldn't be good for him here. I wouldn't mind provoking that move here. His bishop's not, it's kind of blocking his pieces. And my knight would just go to exchange. Yeah, bishop f6 I think was too much of a panic move. I think I slightly kind of hope he's listening because then my suggestions are going to throw him off. Don't always have the best intuition, but eventually I think I find better moves. I don't know his plan actually. What is my opponent's plan? That's a big question I have. Because this pawn structure's changed, I could defend with maybe knight to knight f. I mean, there's so many ideas I have here. Queen b6, there's bishop d7, rook e8. I have many schemes of play. He can just complete development, but he's going to be a pawn down. And eventually I'm going to start rearranging my pieces to pushing these pawns forward, squeezing him on the center. I don't know. This is a very interesting position for sure. But I think the long-term chances might be with black. Like temporarily, maybe white's got some interesting space and activity, but I don't know. Just trying to think of a plan right now. In which case, I'm going to be ready for this plan. I'm actually kind of happy about this position because I studied this, and I kind of anticipated him playing this opening. Like, I saw his blitz game yesterday. He played bishop c4. I'm just like, okay, maybe he's gonna do something like this. And he's not playing his main system. His main system is bishop to b5 check and f4, in which case I prepared bishop to d7, and then I take with the queen, and then I'm gonna play f5 at some point. But here, this is a different position, more semi-open. I think actually that was a closed position that I was expecting. But this is still something I was expecting. Yeah, it's semi-open. He was trying to target my weaknesses. So in the past, he probably saw like a million of my games where, I think my games are very misleading because the thing is, if I really need to prepare for something and do well, then I'll study the opening. Because in my old games, I took with this e pawn here and got mated all the time. But the thing is, I never studied that in my old games. So e takes bishop g5, that's lost. I'm pretty sure, right? But now I took with this g pawn. I've studied this, and I understand these ideas. And so it's kind of funny how like my games, maybe he studied some of my games, but maybe they've tricked him into playing some dubious opening or something. I don't know. But yeah, my old games are very misleading because it doesn't mean I'm actually going to play that. That's just something I played on the fly without studying. But when I actually understand these positions and realize that it's bad to take with that e pawn, it really activates the bishop, and I'm not going to do that. And so with this pawn structure, I mean, okay, maybe I'm still slightly not having this initiative, but at the very least, that bishop on c4 is not doing much right now anyway. He can kind of say he has claim to f6, but I'm not so sure and skeptical. I'm still skeptical. It's a really interesting thing going on here. I guess my question is, can he get to these light squares? And I don't know. Can he get to the light squares before I start smashing him in the center here? Still not an easy position though, and I don't know if queen c7 was the best move. I'm just confident in queen c7 because it keeps the position interesting. It can defend along, the queen is actually defending along the second rank for the time being. It's not self-pinning. I'm not self-pinning any pieces. I'm flexibly ready to go b6 at any point. And yeah, and bishop f6, maybe that would have been interesting, but the thing is, this bishop is actually defending my king pretty well right now. And so I always have to take that in mind, keep that in account when I'm making these big decisions, I think. And so my argument with this queen on c7 in this configuration is there's no mate, so I'm going to just slowly improve my pieces, and then my material advantages might actually mean something. And if it doesn't, then I can just give up this material advantage and get a counter initiative maybe. There's always options when playing these positions. Yeah, long term, these pawns are actually very annoying for white. It's called this e6 and d6 pawn. It's actually called a little center. Very flexible. The pawns can always change their structure at any point. Now, in this case, though, I think it is yeah. I wonder if I should let's see. A potential decision down the road is, of course, getting the bishop pair at some point. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah. If you're gonna study my games, expect me to play the best moves. Because sometimes maybe I purposely don't play the best moves until I need to, right? He's probably like, my opponent's probably like, I'm seeing that he's taking his time here. He's probably like, wow, I definitely thought like he was gonna take with his e pawn or something. He's actually still new to this system too. He's only just been playing this system. Um, so I also had to take into account that maybe my opponent, he's playing this. Well, I'm not so sure about this anymore now. D5 is something to be considered here. D5, bishop F4. Let's play D5. I think this is going to dominate the position here. Controls the squares of this knight. And if he plays like bishop F4, queen B6 is kind of annoying. Yeah, queen B6. Yeah, I think D5 is maybe it's committal, but I'm just trying to smash open his things. Now, how do I develop my light square bishop is one question I have for myself. Yeah, at some point F6 might be considered too. An interesting scenario could be queen A5 if I play that in certain line and then I exchange queens after D4. That could be an interesting one, but okay, maybe that would weaken the dark squares, but I think maybe the material advantage could outweigh that factor. Yeah, and I think if I play knight to D4, knight takes on D4, C takes on D4, that is annoying for him. I just need to develop this bishop though. Probably bishop to D7 and just be patient, but I'm wondering, would that actually I should start thinking about my moves now. So let's see. We've blocked him out here. Should I play knight to D4 in exchange? Whew. Could consider B6 and bishop to B7. I need to think of a new... Alright, let's reevaluate the position. Let's start from square one. Alright, so square one. Material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Material is in black's favor. King safety. I think king safety is actually kind of equal here. So this bishop on c4 has stopped attacking white's or black's king. There is that dark square weakness on white's king. So let's see. I think king safety is about equal. Piece activity is I think actually maybe yeah, white's still a little bit more active in piece activity here. And so that's giving me some motivation to develop this bishop. Of course, now here's the issue. If I committed on b7, he's going to have some rook takes f5 ideas. That's an issue. Okay, and so weaknesses. I don't know if black has weaknesses. And white could have... Actually, I don't think white has weaknesses either. I don't know. What's a weakness here? Maybe my queen is a little bit not well placed, but yeah, I think I'm okay. What if I play b5 here? Actually, b5, knight takes on b5, queen b6, c4. That's not gonna work. It's always a tactic, though. I think actually that bishop on b3 could be almost trapped though sometimes. But yeah, weaknesses I guess could be maybe tactics on the diagonal for white's king, but other than that, no real weaknesses. Pawn structure, I think maybe pawn structure is like a little bit better for black because there's just more control of the pawns. And that's actually one thing in balancing this position a little bit. There's development versus pawns. Opponent's plan. What would I do if I was him? Rook A to E1 is something. I don't know if I would like it's hard to go for some concrete attack. If I was my opponent, I would try Rook A to E1. Rook A to E1. Let's see. This knight on F5 is still a little weird. I think a potential plan for me actually could be 94, pawn takes, c takes, 92. Uh, 93, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes e3. There's no c pawn. Queen b6 maybe. And then just argue that bishop pair is okay. That's just a very, very passive strategy though. I could just like threaten c4 here. Knight d4. Hmm. Or knight e5 rather. This knight on f5 is actually a weakness. I just realized that. There's ideas of rook f5. Therefore, let's see. I could go knight d4 twice. So knight cd4, knight cd4, knight takes, and maybe I'm threatening c4, c4, dc, dc, and b5. All right, let's go with, I think this might be an idea. I think I'm just gonna go for this. It seems in both variations I calculated it's very interesting for black. Maybe black is still dealing with some issues, but it makes sense to try to remove his pieces, but also use this diagonal on the king, maybe, like c4 tricks. His bishop is slightly weak, actually. And yeah, if he plays actually bishop f4, that's actually not so good for him because I think I can go with like queen to d8. And the difference is if he goes back, I have f6. So that's a really interesting position. Yeah, I mean, right now this knight on f5 is actually great and it's not a weakness. But I mean, there's some potential possibilities where he can sacrifice on d5 sometimes, twice, and that's annoying. And like this bishop on c8 has a hard time developing right now anyway because it's committed to defending this knight on f5. So I don't know. I'm just gonna try some stuff, see what happens. It makes sense theoretically too to exchange, because this like is this exchanging a defending piece for an inactive piece for an active piece. I actually really like that knight on f3, and so I'm gonna exchange it. And so arguably maybe my king is slightly more open, but I'm not sure you can exploit it right now anyway. And I can consider worst case scenario. If I calculate something wrong, I can just bail out with c takes. Worst case scenario, and then just go knight to e3, and that's probably like equal here. Of course, maybe still some issues to solve, but you know, bishop d7 is more natural, and I can go king h8, rook g8, rook f8, bishop e8. All my weaknesses could be protected, I think. That's just a worst case scenario. But I don't know. I think I'm just not gonna take. Generally, we take with the C pawn, but let's see. But also, I have to consider though. C pawn. Yeah, he's got to go knight e2. That's the only issue, the only option for him, I think. And maybe I have to always consider if I'm playing too aggressively here too, or too materialistic. It is good having this time advantage too, I think. Just an extra thing in the, in um, the back pocket, I guess, as you would say. I doubt though that it would come down to some blitz scenario for this game. Huh. Okay, what's the problem here? C4, pawn takes, bishop a5, b5. I think I'm just winning this. What's he doing? Oh. Pawn takes, pawn takes. I don't know if this is a trick. I have no idea, but I'm just going for this. Bishop g5 could be up by queen c6. Right? Yeah, bishop f4, queen c6. And I don't think there's any problems here. Or no, more precise is actually bishop f4. Rook takes queen c6 maybe? I'm not sure. In any case, okay, I didn't calculate this, but I think this is... I don't know. I don't think he's going to win this. He's going to have to do some nonsense, I guess, if he wants to stay equal at least. G4 or something. And G4 would be a really defensive move for my king. So B5 was my idea, and then, yeah, B5. What's the problem? B5, knight takes B5, just play it. I don't know. Play B5 here. I do not know what the problem is. I do not know, and now I have another option. He doesn't have knight a4 to meet my queen c5. I can't play queen c5 and he can't play knight a4. And that's something other thing I calculated. Or even I have queen to b6. And that's actually really bad. Bishop f4, queen b6. That's dangerous. Knight takes, then what? What is this guy doing? Come on, bro. You gotta play a better opening. I think I'm just gonna blame his opening. He should play the open Sicilian. Open Sicilian is just 10 times better, objectively. Like, it's the best. I don't know. At least that's what I play. I don't like these close Sicilians. I like how I'm just like playing quickly now, but the thing is I see everything instantly. And so I don't need to think about, or I don't really need to care, because it's just lightning in my eyes. Come on, bro. You gotta play better opening. Actually, yeah, I think queen c6. 95 doesn't matter. Rook f5, though, might... No. I don't care about rook f5. Hopefully this guy never plays this opening again after this game. I mean, of course, I'm speaking too soon. Maybe I could lose this game. We'll see. But I'm very confident I'm going to win this game. Arguably, though, I think his opening is not good here, though. Arguably. I don't care about the assault ratio. I have like king h8 ideas and stuff, bro. Okay, maybe there's some issues. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just stay solid. I wonder if you can get away with like 94 here. No, probably not. Probably not. Take on f3, bishop to b7, still the same tactic. Oh man. Although there is ideas of like knight f6, bishop f6, bishop f3. I don't know. I hope I'm not playing this too fast. I don't think I am. Throw caution to the wind. Enjoy the game. That's what I say. Enjoy it. Yeah, g4. There's just. I hope he plays g4. I really hope he plays g4 here. If he plays g4, then his rooks are not going to attack me. And I will be reasonably. I would have a really reasonable position if he plays g4 here. And so yeah, the motivation for my play like this is, well, my bishop is bad, so I gotta get some compensation for this terrible piece on c8. That's kind of the whole point of my play right now. Like maybe I'll win a piece, maybe I'll win a piece, but yeah, that bishop on c8 is absolutely terrible here. Intuitively, he doesn't have immediate threats. He has no immediate threats, but yeah. He had a better position though if he had bishop f4, I thought. Maybe. And knight he had at least bishop f4 and he can try to exchange my bishop like bishop e5 at some point. Bishop f4 is actually kind of a serious threat. Because of my pawn structure is kind of committing my defense to dark squares, I think. In any case, though. In any case. Okay, maybe, well, actually, yeah, I can, Yeah, there's always really nice tactics here, actually, in my favor here. I can even consider going for this f6 and e5 setup now, actually. Let's see. I think if he plays bishop e7, I have to give back the exchange. And then I think my position will be great. Everything is going to be defended. I'll have a really nice dynamic chances here. I play like bishop to b7, and then the bishop pair is going to be really hard to deal with, I think. Of course, bishop e7 is not possible now. But yeah, I think it stops the rook lifts in any case. But then again, knight f5 is always something. It's always something. Sorry, guys. I'm talking about stuff down the road. This is actually not calculation right now. This is stuff in the future I'm thinking about. I like to visualize certain scenarios, maybe if it's not even relevant to position, just to get some understanding, like of ideas here on his initiative. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Raindrops on roses and whispers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up in strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles. I don't know. I just like thinking of songs. Sweet Caroline, dun dun dun. I could never. Also, another interesting worst case scenario is I can even just give up the pawn. Like that's just a worst. I mean, I'm playing for material here, but I could just give up the pawn to develop my bishop on b7, and somehow argue that this knight on f5 is not a tactical weakness. Yeah, actually, the logic of my play my play being like this is because I'm afraid of rook takes f5 ideas somewhere down the road. So you gotta play aggressive to stop, right? To stop all this nonsense. Dun 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 dun. Do you hear the people sing, singing a song of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? I did underestimate bishop f6. Right. Bishop f6. Queen g5. Well, queen c5 I think is still strong here. Let's go queen c5 here. So now I think I'm threatening just knight f3. Yeah, and actually knight of 3 is just winning really badly for him. Let me... What's funny is, like, I'm kind of almost forcing him to do something about this. Actually, I think, yeah, this is pretty tough for him. He should go king h1 now, I think. And then I can just take on a4. Knight e4 is interesting. Knight e4. Just queen b6, maybe. I think I should play bishop takes. So king h1, bishop takes. That's the thing, because if I do bishop takes, knight e4. I have to go to the bathroom. Damn. Probably can't go now, though. So bad. This is messing with my calculation, bros. King there. I'll do bishop takes now, I guess. 94 is an in-between move. Do I care? Maybe I do care, actually. Knight e4, maybe just... Yeah, I'll just do bishop takes here. I'm going to do bishop takes. I have like queen c6 and... Okay, well, I have to watch out for knight of 6. It's like queen d6, maybe? Also, I guess 94 does good for him. Yeah, 94 is annoying. I guess just queen to b6, unpinning things. Then again, no, that doesn't work because queen g5. 94, queen b6, king h8. So let's see, queen b6, knight f6, king h8, queen h6, attacks the rook. Guess I have to go like, think this might be lost. C3 is an in-between move, maybe? C3, pawn takes on C3. Yeah, I should have played bishop b7 a move earlier. I guess it's sort of like this bias that he played a really dumb opening, kind of. Like, I don't really think this is a serious opening. Maybe. Oh, I have an interesting between move. Just bishop g5. I think bishop g5 actually is fine. Now I'm okay here. Can't believe I thought I was lost. Wow. Okay, maybe it's still complicated, but at least I'm fighting here. And interestingly enough, queen f2, I can just consider even queen e7 here. Yeah, this is fine for me. Huh. Now there's no tactic on f6 with check. Knight takes on g5, can be met by g6. Oh man, this is awesome. Okay, well, I still have to be careful here. So I have to play bishop to b7. Can't, I gotta learn my lesson from that annoying. He still has some stuff, though, I think. So I've got to be very careful here. Got to be very careful here. Yeah, queen f2 is a move. Probably just queen e7 here, I guess. This might transpose to what something I calculated, though. This guy is so annoying, actually. It's like, oh, I'm gonna play the this opening. It's closed opening. Queen e7, queen takes on d4, pawn takes on h5. Queen e7, queen takes on. Let's see. Queen e7, queen takes on d4, pawn takes on h5. Then what? Rook f3, bishop to b7. I think I'll take here. This is still tricky. Go what I wanted. I got the piece up. So I think I have to take. And then rook f3, I play e5. And just develop somehow, maybe. Yeah, rook f3, e5. Rook takes is actually bad because I can go queen c1. And so again, he should play a better opening, right? I like the trash talk. But it's true. This opening is so boring. It's not even funny. Rook e3. Alright, I think e5 needs to be played. E5 needs to be played here. And then maybe there's almost time for king h8 or some stuff like that. Hmm. Let's see. Rook takes. Queen to g4 is interesting. And then rook f4. He has that move, but actually I think this is bad. I think. So I can get away with I think king h8 here actually. King h8. Also, interestingly enough, does bishop to h5 work here? Rook g3, h4. Let's see. I gotta reevaluate this position. And so let me think. I've survived some initiative and attack. I am a material up. And so let's see. Material. Who's better? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns and 1 bishop. So therefore, material favors black in this case. All right. Besides that, what is another thing in this position here that is interesting? Well, king safety. So white's king is a little safer, black's king is less safe. Okay. Another thing to think about in this position. See, I have 30 minutes. I can think about this the whole time. Cuz I think actually I have the advantage here. This is pretty good. I mean, okay, maybe my position is a little bit undeveloped, but I think I can defend this. Material is in my hands. King safety is in his hands. His pieces are more active. His pawn structure is better. Okay. And let's see, pawn structure. And so his plan is he wants to play rook to g3, pinning the queen. Let's see, so rook g3, pinning the queen. And so that's my opponent's threat. He cannot play rook h3. And so, since he cannot play rook h3, it's interesting how he didn't take on e5. That was really interesting. And so one plan I was thinking of is playing bishop to g4 here. With the idea of rook to g3, h5. I could just play king h8 immediately, too. King h8, rook to there, and so he's attacking my queen and my rook. And that was something that I've kind of calculated here. He's attacking my queen and my rook. But then bishop g4. King h8. But that doesn't work, does it? No. King h8. Yeah, and e5 is, e5 is weak. Let's see. Weaknesses. I guess maybe b2 is kind of weak. And e5 is weak. And my king is weak. If I play the simple developing move bishop to e6, rook to g3 comes. Queen takes on there. And yeah, that's losing. Bishop to g4 is an idea, though. That defends things. Bishop g4 is one candidate move. King h8 is another candidate move. King h8, and the idea is on king h8, rook to g3 still attacks both pieces, the queen and the rook. King h8, rook g3. So yeah, I'm motivated to negate this attack. That's my motivations. So let's see. Bishop g4, rook g3, h5, h3. Then I can play rook a to d8. But then, okay. You still got pressure here. Bishop g4, h5, h3. Queen to h4. Attacking the rook. Okay. It's still pinned to my king, though. Bishop g4. Bishop g4. Rook g3. Yeah, maybe I could play f5 here, too. f5. Queen d5 check. King h8. Then what? He's still the same threats. Rook g3 is coming. There's still the same threats here. Wait a minute. What if I just go bishop to b7? Am I an idiot? Bishop to b7, then what? Bishop to b7, queen takes to b7, queen takes to e3. That's one variation. What's the other variation? He moves. Where's he going to move? He's going to defend against the mate. He can't defend against the mate. Okay, so bishop to b7, queen takes to b7, queen takes to e3. Then what? He's probably got to go queen f6 maybe or something. Right? Trying to perpetual me? But I don't care. I'll just go rook d8. Can't believe I was scared the whole time. So yeah, just bishop e7, and then you can take, right? Come on, bro. You almost got me scared. Are you trying to bluff me? Bishop e7 is a really strong defensive move. I can't believe I was blind to that. I was like actually buying into this nonsense he's got here. And then I'll be a rook up. So therefore, you should have taken on e5 earlier with a rook, which is what I was counting on. But since he didn't do it, he played this weird move, queen e. This completely messed up my calculation. So maybe, yeah, that's all right. Yeah. Wow. So how? Now my question is, how does he defend against this mate? He can try rook g3. Bishop takes still Yeah, rook g3. I can take on e4, right? And defend my king with bishop g6 at least. Yeah, and this is not good for him. Now we're going to the good endgame, I think, for me. He probably should exchange, and then it'll just be a piece down. And then I can just start converting and grinding him and win without trying. That's my goal here. Let's go. And this, my friends, is why you do not play this closed Sicilian. Because it's, one, complicated. The ideas are very obscure. And two, there's no like easy attacking things to grab onto. Like, for me, I like the open Sicilian. You can just attack things. Okay, you can try that. But, my friend, you can try this. I think this is at least, let's see, what is the best variation that really punishes him? I could consider just queen to g6. And he's got to give up the rook, probably. Queen g6 is stone cold killer move, right? Queen g6, right? That's a stone cold killer move, I'm pretty sure. Okay, but he can do queen takes on e5. No, he can't take on... Yeah, queen g6 is a stone cold killer move, bro. What are you going to do? Queen g6. Queen g6. That's a thug life move, I think. Right? Queen g6. Then what? Queen g6. Then is queen is defending this rook. Okay. And so queen g6. Then what? What's the problem with queen g6? Explain to me. I have no idea. So please. Okay, okay, there's one lazy variation. The lazy variation is bishop takes on e4, rook takes on g5, bishop to g6, rook takes on e5. And his argument is that things are great. Rook takes on e5, rook b8, rook takes on c4, rook takes on b2, rook takes on a4, rook takes on c2, rook takes on a7, if I'm doing the other rook, of course. But then again, also, yeah, there's also mating ideas that way. That's simple and easy. But if I want to be cruel, like just win a whole entire rook besides the piece, like if I really want more, I think queen g6 is a stone cold kill move here. What's his, how do you, okay, it's a candidate move, but I can't calculate deep with it, like, because it's really hard to find a refutation for this. So, queen g6. And so, my argument here is he can't defend this rook and this b7 pawn. And so, okay, maybe he's going to try to do something with, so queen to g6. Where does this queen go? Queen takes on e5, queen takes on g2, queen takes on c4, queen takes on g2. So therefore, he's limited to, if he goes queen takes on e5, queen takes on g2, that's mate. So queen g6, if he does rook to g there, then if he does rook j, then I don't care. I can just take on a4. And queen g6, if he takes on b7, I can take on f5, threaten mate. Threaten mate. And then he's gonna get destroyed here. I'm pretty sure. Like, I have ideas of, like, rook g8 at least, or, I mean, okay, king h8. I am going to play the, I think I'm going to play the stone cold kill move here. Because, like, okay, if I'm lazy, I don't want to be lazy. I'll keep the rooks on the board. Okay, but let's evaluate this. And so I'm going to imagine a queen on b7, a queen on f5, and, like, And so my idea is I'm going to go king to h8, rook to g8, queen f1, queen f4, pin and win. And I'm just pinning and winning. So I think I'm going to go for this. I think this is stronger than that stupid endgame that he wants to do. Like, I'm sorry, bro. But, I'm going to do a stone cold killer move here. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like, what are you going to do? You got nothing. Ah, coffee. And maybe if this defeat is so crushing, he'll never play this opening again. I'll never see this again, hopefully. Hopefully. Because to be honest, I really hate this opening. And to make me study this opening, that's torture enough. Like, that is so torturous. To make me study an opening that I hate. Oh my goodness. So even if I win this game, I've already lost. Because I've wasted hours studying this stupid opening. So... yeah, rook g3, I don't care. It's funny. You know, I'm undeveloped, but the queens favor me. I'm not giving him equal endgame chances here too. Like, there's no chance without that weird endgame variation. So let's go. Come on, bro. Let me torture you. Yeah, this is yeah, quite the interesting game here. Two minutes on his clock. Let's torture him. Let's go. I'm actually happy. This is a really like tough game for me because I thought I was losing. This was really tough, really tough. Really, really tough game. Gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to be sleeping tonight. This was the toughest game ever. Like, really tough, this game. Whew. Really tough. I'm glad, like, my calculation has gotten a lot better, though. My evaluation has gotten a lot better. My defensive play has gotten a lot better. Like, the old me would have been destroyed, like, defensively with this whole system. The system is my bane of existence. Like, my score against this system is really, really bad. But I think, like, yeah, we can like, it's just a little extra studying, of course, of chess and, hard work, stuff like that, and anything is possible, guys. Anything is possible. And so now, yeah, he's a rook down. I'm going to play king h8, defend the weaknesses here. And yeah, I think I'm going to go, like, okay, he can try rook g3, but, like, can I just do queen takes on c2? What's the issue? Or, you know what's even more dangerous for him? I can just play... If I were gonna really torture him here, rook d8 is torture move here. Rook d8, and the idea is I want to mate him, right? Rook d8, that's torture, right? To f7 is... I have to keep f7 defended, of course, in case some nonsense happens, but yeah, rook d8, he's got to go like... Now, if he does g4, right, with this nice idea of rook g3 after queen takes, that's always something to look at. But let's see, rook d8. Now g4 is fun, but rook d1 check, and then king there. Then I can take on c2, rook there, exchange, GG. Rook d8. So g4 doesn't work. G3 doesn't work. H3 is the only move. Rook g8, h3. Rook there, king h2. Okay, king h2, is that good for me? I have no idea. But I'm gonna go like, let's see, rook there, king h2, queen d7, queen e4, f5. I mean, yeah, I've got some nice stuff. I don't even need to take on c2. I could take on c2. That's a lazy idea, but I could do that immediately. But I think rook d8 is more interesting here. He's got to play h3 anyway. Let's just go rook d8. And then queen takes f5, the point. It's rook d1 check, rook f1, rook takes f1, mate. What's the problems? Nothing. I have no problems. So, yeah. Come on, bro. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And also, interesting enough, on h3, queen d7. Okay, no, not queen d7, maybe. I guess I could just take on c2 and just say I'm better here. Like, I'm better, maybe... h4, okay. What if I just go like, let's see, rook there, check. I guess this transposes to stuff. Maybe just queen takes on c2 anyway. Queen takes on c2. What's his point here? I think I'm defending everything. His only best idea is he's going to go for perpetual check on the dark squares at best. But I think queen takes on c2 makes some sense. Or maybe I should just like defend things. Like just queen e7 or queen e6 is all solid torture move I can play. Yeah, queen e6, and then I'm just gonna play like king h8. I think I'm just gonna go for his king. Like let's just play like queen e6 quietly here and just go for his king here. Like taking on c2 is risky. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna go here, like, and just defend my dark squares. Yeah, h4 is a good move. I'll give him that. It's a good defensive move. He's aggressively trying to defend his position, but I want to prevent long-term perpetual check ideas from him. That's why I'm playing like this, and I'm lazy too. Like I've already won the game in my mind, so I just want to start just doing the exchanging, lazy moves, win without trying. Like just play safe, no calculating deeply. Just relax, relax and enjoy. That's pretty much the thing. Get like champagne, glass of champagne, enjoy. I don't know. Yeah, this is exactly what I thought. And I'm gonna play king here anyway. And yeah, you can try that. You can try that. But I think I'm just gonna try to exchange rooks here, right? Just rook g8. And I'll exchange rooks, and then I'm gonna be the one who's gonna have the mating chances, not you. GG. All right. So, time to check the chat. That was a great game. My opponent did a good game. Was a great player, so I appreciate that. So, who is here? Oh, hello, Chess Kudo. Oh, thanks for the follow, Vlad Chess, and everyone. Thanks for watching, guys. I just saw the notifications, and so I wonder why you didn't play Queen G4 after H4. Well, I was lazy. I mean, Queen G4 is possible. I'm lazy though. I want to just defend against his threats. I don't want to create threats. That was a long, hard game. All right, so let's analyze this. I'm going to go to my analysis board here. Andrew Slow Games number 2, of course, and let's go right to it. my opponent was, to be honest, he pissed me off with this opening. But you know, okay. And so I studied this, and I was expecting him to play bishop to b5 check, go for this setup, knight f3, knight c6, I think castles, bishop to g7, d3, f5. This is what I had prepared. And I also looked at all of these other variations. Like I looked at there is this bishop to b5 check, bishop to b7, bishop c4 idea. Um, yeah, and like there's like a million variations I looked at here. What was another one? But yeah, bishop c4. This is the main line. This is the main line, and I did expect him to play this. I looked at some of his blitz games. I half expected it. I was thinking about studying it before this game, but I was just like, I know these ideas, and I don't really need to go into this. Like, I just, I know the setup, so I'm gonna stop d4. He's flexibly trying to develop his pieces. I go knight e7, queen e8. Okay, and yeah, this is the main line stuff. There's some awesome sidelines here. Like if he goes for like for example, f5. Okay, I can't remember if I can take it, but I remember reading that I can just play like knight f6 because e5 isn't a threat anymore, and it's something like this maybe, right? And we take like this, and we're gonna play queen e7. I think like maybe yeah, knight g5, queen e7. This is one line. Um, yeah, and black is fine here. Black is fine here. Another line. What was another line I learned? But yeah. Anyway, castles 97, queen e8, or queen e1. Yeah, and he goes for this, and he probably saw that like I have a million games where I lost like this, right? Where this is lost for black actually. Believe it or not, this is just lost. I'm not going to go in deep in this. I don't even know the lines, but I just know it's lost. But yeah, I gotta take with this G pawn here. And I actually expected him to play queen h4, and then I was gonna play pawn takes. Knight g5 was his idea, I think in h6, maybe something like this. I was gonna go for and like this. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I was gonna go for something like this. I think like there was a knight g5, h6, knight takes on f7 idea. But I think, watch this. There's actually a really interesting thing going on here. So you can go bishop takes on h6, but watch this. Queen h8. And black is great. This is an X-clam move. This is also another thing I anticipated. Um, so I looked at all these different... I'm really good at memorizing things if I need to. And so, yeah, I looked at all these ideas before the game. Knight f5. I didn't actually... This is actually something I didn't expect. I don't think I remember seeing something like this. But I think, yeah, we can just take it like this. And black is solid. And so bishop g5, queen c7. Another idea could... If I was panicking, I would have played this. But yeah, and I think this is something I considered. I'm not going to play this, though, because these dark squares are way too weak here. I have considered this because I was kind of panicking, but I just calmed myself down and I just played queen c7 here because like I'm just thinking, okay, if he goes knight b5, I don't care. I can just go like queen b6 or something like or queen a5, and I'm gonna get my queen back on c7 at some point. Um, so that's some half panicking, half. But yeah, this is panic variation. I'll name it that. Panic variation. I'll name it that. Sorry if I'm ignoring chat. I'm just trying to get my ideas out there while I can before they disappear. Let's see. So bishop, yeah, this is yeah, that's the panic variation. So queen c7 is a move I was looking at. I think this is solid. It keeps the tension. D5. I thought maybe bishop here for the idea of knight e5 maybe at some point. Not here maybe, but maybe at some point. Like this is always on the cards. Always on the cards. This is something to always look at. But bishop to b3, knight here. And now I think this is actually a better time maybe for this idea, almost. And so now I think, let's see. I think we have to go like, I was thinking like queen to b6 here, actually. I was thinking like something like this, maybe. But here's the problem with my variation here. I think you can, well, I guess it can't take, but okay, maybe I played this great. I almost thought he could play like this, though. That's the thing. I almost thought he had bishop e5, and then my king is going to lose its defender here. This is always something I was looking at. But yeah, I guess this is the solid developing move, and I would have considered this. Yeah, and c4... I was excited when this happened. I don't know. Maybe this is actually not a good idea here. I probably shouldn't have played this here. Um, oh my goodness, this is awful. How did I survive this, to be honest? Like, all right, and I saw this idea. I saw this idea like last minute. Oh my goodness, this is tough. This is tough. But yeah, everything is losing here. I couldn't play here. Like, okay, wait. Okay, for example, like, yeah, this is losing the queen. I can't go here. I can't go here. Nothing works. Nothing works. Ah. So I guess I guess I found this move by luck. Uh, and I just thought Queen E7, but no, he should have played. I thought he was gonna play something like um. I thought he was gonna play something different here. I didn't expect. Okay, wait. I thought he was gonna get his queen on C3 for some reason. Like, okay. Um. Yeah, I thought he was gonna play Queen C3, and I thought he was gonna have some problems here. Like something like this, I guess. But I guess it transposes anyway. And he's got these rook threats. Like, so for example, something like this, I guess it transposes though. And I was really afraid of this. Um, like, yeah, maybe this is losing actually. I have to. Oh wait, maybe I think yeah, rookie 3, right? Or well, I guess I thought I had this in time. Maybe I'm okay here. Yeah, I guess I'm okay here. Or yeah, I guess I have this in time. And so he's got to deal with this. So I guess yeah, this is a fine position. But yeah, I guess this is also like this transpose pretty much. I don't know if I should have taken here then. Should I? Yeah. I guess I had to take here. Yeah, yeah. And this is actually very dangerous for me. And he actually probably would have been better if he took like this. And I think actually black is doing great here. I think like like I can't play rook d8 to wriggle out. This is actually pretty bad, I think, for black. I don't know what I would have played here. Um, I thought I mean I didn't calculate deeply, but I think like I had to play like this. I saw Queen G5 could be well with Rook F4. That's one thing I saw. This is not good. I think Queen H6 is still a problem. Yeah, there's like lots of problems here. Like, okay, I can go for this, but just Rook F3. This is really, really tough to play this position. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm lost. He should have taken here actually. I'm gonna give this an X climb. So my play was kind of inaccurate. I think he was trying to be too creative here. And then yeah. Yeah, and this is just easy. So maybe I don't know what I would have played, but he should have taken here like this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't know what to play here. Queen d8. Queen g4 is always met by rook f4. Or maybe I gotta bait the rook that way? I don't know. Queen d8 is such a passive move. How do I defend everything? Queen d8, rook e4 also. That's always something. This position is terrible. Okay, so what is my thing here? How do I defend this? Like queen h6, rook f3. That's game over, I think. Yeah, I should have played something like this and I would have lost. So I think my game was actually okay, but I think I... So I think after the fact, I think I shouldn't have gone for this. I should not have gone for this. I didn't know how to develop this bishop here then. So yeah, his opening is sound here. This is still really good for white, and I have a lot to learn, I think, for this variation. There's a lot to learn here. Like, oh my goodness. I've got to go deeply in some games, study this more, get more experience, and try to find out how to develop these pieces here. I thought d5 was strong because I keep his pieces out. These two, I kept them out, but it's still really, really tough. Oh, man. All right. Well, yeah, queen g4 looked winning, g3, queen h3. Yeah, queen g4 was good, but I didn't want to do that. Sorry about playing boring at the end. But yeah, I guess let's look at the let's see if he uncovered some analysis himself. He did the analysis there. I guess I was better. I guess I played well. I actually thought the evaluation was more like +2 for white, even with the sacrifice pawn at some point. Why am I in the game after okay, so let's go to this critical point. I played e5 here. How is that good for me? Rook takes e5. I didn't understand the follow-up here. What would I Okay, I did consider queen h6. This is my number one candidate move, but rook f3 is devastating, isn't it? What? Oh, queen c1. Okay, great. All right, great. There is a point to my play then. I actually know what I'm doing. My intuition said queen h6, but I didn't look deep enough. Okay, great. So I guess I played really well then. Gf5. Okay, f6, I would have never played f6 because there's always these sacrifices here. I was going to play knight takes on d4, I think, and I did play that in the game. C takes is also something to consider, and I considered, oh, I got to go to my notes. Other variation. I was considering C takes, but I was going to play knight e3, worst case scenario. That's the worst case scenario variation. Let's see. Worst case scenario variation. I'll add that actually. This is another thing I considered here. So knight takes, and so I remember for the course, yeah, okay, I was considering this as a variation. This is worst case scenario. Case. And I think I evaluated this as like maybe white is slightly better. Like I'll say plus equals here. This is something that I've considered. Yeah, and so that's always something to weigh. I didn't take with the c pawn for my game because I thought I could, with a knowing tactic, of course, with b5. But objectively, maybe the c pawn also should have been considered. Let's see more though. So where does it say that? Yeah, c4, I don't know. c4, I guess, was correct. And I was excited here. I was like, okay, I'm winning a piece, right? Of course, I wasn't looking deep in this position, and practically speaking, I probably shouldn't have gone for this. Practically speaking, right? Yeah, I should have taken on f3 here, and this is fine. Like, and the argument is this bishop is just bad. That's the only thing I'm saying here, and I'm gonna develop and do something, but this is still fine for white, and I think I'm still not comfortable in this position as black. I gotta go like king h8 still. Oh man, I don't know. I don't think I would like this position. Like objectively, maybe black is great, but I don't think I would have liked this. This is still very hard. Yeah, queen c5, queen c5 was like, I thought I was lost like here, and I was like, okay, wait, I have queen c5 giving another defender to my piece, but this is still really tough. And I saw instantly after, I was thinking actually instead of queen c5, I should have just played bishop to b7 or something. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, I also consider bishop to b7 here. I considered this, but this, okay, I gotta add this to my other, I gotta go to my, let's go to my study. This is another move I considered here. Bishop b7, just get my thoughts written down. Bishop to b7, where was it? I considered bishop to b7 here. Bishop b7, another consideration. So I got all my thoughts at least written down. So let's see. Let's go back. this incorrect, greedy attack on the him. And bishop g5, I was really happy when I saw this move. I was like, okay, wow. I've removed the threat on f6, and it's like this displacing his attack. And the thing is, it works out tactically. Like if he takes on c5, I take on d2, attacking the rook. And he can go rook to there, forking, but I can take an a4. Rook takes, knight c6. I'm great. I'm gravy. Maybe slightly worse, but no. Actually, no. I'm just great. Yeah, and knight takes on g5 was actually good for, or oh yeah, knight takes on g5. Oh my goodness, this is really weird. Yeah, that was a way. He should have taken a g5 then. I missed this. I completely missed this. Like okay, why? Oh wait. Okay, I was considering just here, right? But what's the problem? There's mating ideas, I see. You should have taken on g5 then. That would have been really bad for me. I don't want to look at it. Oh my goodness. All right, queen f2. Yeah. And I guess this is all kind of makes sense. Yeah, I looked at rook takes. Yeah. So that was a good game. Oh, what's up, guys? Yeah, bishop b7 was dope. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Vlad read. Okay, bishop b7. You refused the word dope. It's not an Amazon package. You were to refuse it. You thought it was shit. Amazon sucks nowadays. Yeah, Amazon is very slow. You actually like b5 from a practical standpoint, but of course, yeah, knight takes f3 was better. Yeah, I think I got too optimistic. I was like, wow, like in Blitz, that's absolutely winning in Blitz, right? In Blitz, because like they can't calculate fast enough. But here, oh my goodness, that was tough. That was tough. Knight takes f3 is better objectively. Yeah, I should have gone for some easier practical things and not gotten too excited. I was excited and yeah. I think I'm one of the most emotional players that exists, I guess. But yeah, I'm glad I got some rating for this game. Hopefully I can get back up to, I was close to 2300 and I had a giant drop. Good game. Thank you. Thank you. That was a really good game. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. My emotions were up and down during that game. And I got really annoyed by that opening. That opening really pissed me off, but at the same time, like I couldn't refute it entirely, and I don't know, but yeah, like that's the opening I hate the most, for the record. Like if you want to make me angry, I think I said this before on a stream. If you want to make me angry, play this opening. Like, because I mean there are a million losses I have where I just take like this, right? And I'm just lost. Like I have like a million games like this, and I still go for this sometimes. If it's just an automatic thing in Blitz that I do. But yeah, I'm really glad I actually kind of played this correct. I still have a lot to learn though. Looking at this game, I have a lot to learn for this opening. It's I don't know how to solve this problem here. That's my issue. I don't know how to develop this bishop. So I gotta look more at these games here, try to find some ways to develop. Drop the base. Yeah, drop the base, not your elo. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a roller coaster. I really, yeah, my opponent, I really respect my opponent. I think he really challenged me, and he annoyed me and challenged me and really gave me a really tough game. I think I'm gonna remember this game like for a long time because, well, for one, this opening, and for two, like, I had trouble holding on to staying safe, but I got too emotional. But in any case, yeah, I'm gonna review and study this opening more because this is my kryptonite so far. Anyway, I actually I almost considered playing like e5 against you or something like this guy. E5, like e4, e4, e5. I almost considered this. Ah, man. tough stuff. But then E45, it's gonna take me like 3 times as long to learn everything new in like one day. That's impossible. Anyway, I should end the stream. This was tough. I was. I think I should not be proud of this game, though. I should not be proud because, objectively speaking, I didn't solve the problems. I just got lucky, I think. So, objectively speaking, I've got a lot of work to do. I'm going to study this and research and try to make sure I can actually have a correct plan all the time for this system. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to end the stream. Keep up the good with your chess, and bye for now. And I hope you've enjoyed this roller coaster of a game. All right.